Hey everyone, welcome back to my channel. Let me ask a very serious question. This is on the politics and gun side of things. Why does the media, whatever side you believe in, I'm not telling you whatever, kind of make guns the boogeyman for every bad crisis? Now, first thing first. Any national tragedies, shooting, killing, school shooting is absolutely a horrific, terrible situation, and it's a very, 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 very bad thing. And I can honestly tell you the reason I started weapons is because the Uvalde shooting. If you check the timeline, I felt so helpless watching it, so helpless seeing a person able to get away and destroy so many lives they can't get back, and the families can't get that back. And I felt a certain way. This is why I understand. In social work, you have to acknowledge trauma and tragedy, and that is real to people, and you have to respect that it's a real thing, and you need to acknowledge it and recognize it. And if it's real to you, you know, it should give a voice. It's like saying Breonna Taylor, say her name. It's basically saying that this person exists, and I did not approve of how this is done. So it's the same way with guns. Now, this is how I feel on that, being a person that is 2A. It's a huge tragedy. I wish if I could, if like I told you, if it was having guns, everybody had guns, or nobody have guns, I would have nobody have guns. But that's an ideology, a very idealistic view, and that's not the reality we live in. So what do? First thing first, everybody have the right to have their truth. And I respect those who say guns need to be eliminated. And I respect that, because I felt that way. I felt like before guns, I felt that way. I had that view, like, you know, assault weapons, assault ban, all that needs to be done. And then I researched the subject for myself, and if both sides, either wherever you believe in, just put yourself in other people's shoes, your depth of growing would be so much. So if the NRA would take and come to a conversation of gun victims, they will have a more understanding and sensitivity. And if people of gun violence can talk to people who is 2A, they will have an understanding. But when nobody is talking and you having your views, nobody is understanding, and we have these confrontations. I know I have worked with people of gun violence, and it is life-changing. And those who say it's not, I have to ask, have you been shot at? Have you experienced gun violence? Have you lost people to gun violence. And a lot of people that's so strong 2A, they haven't. Except, cops or military. But the reality is, both sides have a point. There needs to be better gun regulations. But also, you need the right to protect yourself and protect people who cannot protect themselves. Now, the question is who says who has the right and who's not is always controversial. Because some people say, well, this, and then they'll say, well, only such and such have the rights. And who are you to say have the rights? It's almost like when people have the Bible in the classroom or such and such. There's nothing wrong with the idea of prayer, because I'm a believer, but at the same time, your views, your politics, and your personal belief can blind your religious views, and your right and wrong can be changed based upon your greed or your political views. So who has the right to say such and such? And I think it's a little bit of both. There needs to be a more understanding that from the gun community, hey, this is real, and you have to respect people's views of they don't want guns, they don't want to assault weapons. I have to respect that, and it's real to them. But also I acknowledge that this is my view too, and this is my reason. I want to keep the people I love safe, and it's a important thing to me. I mean, it's either, and this was another thing. I was doing martial arts, and I was saying to myself, I can do all the jiu-jitsu, all the karate, all the boxing, all anything, and I could do all of that, and a person with a gun, if they have distance, can stop me, and all that is for nothing. So I need an even playing field to play. Either less lethal, that's what I started with, and then lethal. So it has to be an understanding, and my heart really goes out to victims. That's a real trauma to get shot at. I have never experienced it, but I have lost people from gun violence. I have literally lost people, gun violence, with suicide. I have known people that experienced that, and it's a real trauma. But I also acknowledge that I do like guns now, and my views can change, but I'm sensitive to enough to understand where you're coming from too. And I think that is the best way how you handle people. It should not be a all or nothing. You all guns or you all not. I think both sides have a point, and you have to be sensitive to that. Now, the political side of, I don't want to get into that. That's neither here or there, because when people are shot at, nobody's asking if you're a Republican or Democrat or Independent, Green Party or Tea Party, whatever. It's either you're alive or you're dead. So that's how I view it too. But we need to have a more conversation of, okay, how can we keep people safe, but keep guns out of bad people's hands at the same time? Nothing is foolproof. You know that. Everybody knows that. And compared to it was, first thing first, we have made major progress in the last 25 years. So let's acknowledge that. Is it perfect? No. But if you have the better idea, and I like what Barack Obama is, the more perfect union, where everybody come together with their point of views and we come and talk about it, we have a better understanding with both sides, and it has to be a compromise. And that compromise may not be 100% what you want, but it's better than going all in and all out, you know. So I think that is the best method of how all of this goes. So, all right, guys, have a good one.